Hello, everyone. How's it going? So, good afternoon. I know I've seen most everyone already, and we already had this conversation. So, a lot of what you're going to hear today, we've already spoken about. So, today's presentation is going to be a little bit more interactive because by this time, I think a lot of you should know what we do. All right. So, again, for anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Orlando Perez. I am an FIU alumni, so as always, it's great to be back here talking to everyone. It kind of fills my heart with warmth to see everyone here. I am the on-premise sales manager for Miami for Breakthru Beverage. I have one of my FSMs managers that work under me, so I have 3 FSMs or 3 managers that work under me, and I have about 5 to 6 reps that work under them, everything on premise. These are terms that as we go through the process and through the presentation, you'll understand. And I just wanted to introduce everyone else that's with me. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Gustavo Ramos here. Not only am I an FIU alumni, I'm also a Sales Society alumni. Not too long ago, I was in this classroom with Soltero. So I'm very proud always to come and help Breakthru and represent Breakthru in this program. I graduated back in 2019. I joined Breakthru because of the Sales Society, so this is super special to me. I'm currently a field sales manager. Orlando is my direct supervisor, and I manage a team of 6 reps and what we call SDR, which is a sales development representative, all in on-premise. I did graduate FIU with a certificate in sales and CRM. Highly encourage you guys to take the extra classes if you can. Definitely goes a long way. And yeah, that's basically it for me. And here's Stacy Town.
So hello, I'm Stacy Town. I have been with Breakthru for 24 plus years, so just a minute. I am the digital market manager for them for the whole state of Florida. I'm in charge of all the e-commerce and digital communication for the state of Florida. I sit on the corporate team, a team of 7 of us across the network, the Breakthru network. I am not a FIU alumni, but might be soon or then later if Rav recruits me. But I do have a undergrad in marketing from FAU in 1998. I have an MBA that I got in 2009, and I just finished a master's in digital communication from Arkansas State University. I finished at the end of July. And so that's me in a nutshell. A lot of what you're gonna learn today is directly managed by me when we talk about the platform that we're all gonna try to sell. So I'm gonna pass it back to Orlando to do the first step of this presentation.
Yeah. If you could just click through it.
Yeah, I click.
Until we get to me.
I'm a clicker.
All right, everyone. So this is just pretty much the layout of what we're going to do. So like my portion is going to be part 1 and part 2. When I was here last time, about 2 weeks ago, I went through the entire presentation. But I have the best in the business now to present the Breakthru portion of it. I know the last class we had, some of you were a little weary on what the presentation was about. Henry, I think we spoke about the presentation. So there's a lot we're going to be talking about. There's a tons we're going to talk about. What it comes down to is the team here, if you're in the competition, which to my understanding, everyone's in the competition, you're going to be selling Breakthru now to a buyer. So we're going to talk about a million things. It's as easy as just that. All right, so part 1, industry information. Part 2, sales process. Product knowledge, Stacy's going to go into that, and also the sales project, the role play, and then the appendix. Stacy, go for it. So in part 1, these are some of the things we're going to talk about. Terms to know, 3-tier system, brand categories, and the difference between wine and spirits. Go for it, Stacey. So just to dive in. So I think it's very important before we go too much further. And I feel like I'm going to be reiterating a lot of stuff. I think it's kind of bore some of you guys. We've already heard the spiel. But who's Breakthru, right? Breakthru now, we're going to be selling Breakthru now. So I think it's very important to understand who is Breakthru, what they are, and what they do. So Breakthru is one of the, oh, I got a clicker. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Check it out.
Let's check it out.
So it's not on. It's on, I'll put it on. There it is.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry there. That's fine. There you go. Got it. All right, that's awesome. So who's Breakthru? So Breakthru is one of the leading wine and spirits distributors throughout Florida and the United States of America. So one of the important terms, because I'm going to be talking about a lot of different terms that it's not really going to make too much sense until we go through it and we start diving into all the nuts and bolts. And like I said, I've already spoken about this with some of you, so I'm going to be asking some of the questions here because I think this could be a lot more interactive to see who was listening last time. So we are a distributor, right? So distributor, what is a distributor? Has anyone heard of Southern Glazers, Southern Wine and Spirits? Chaplin School of Hospitality, anyone heard? All right, so Harvey Chaplin, right? Harvey Chaplin started the Chaplin School of Hospitality. They're one of the biggest distributors in Florida as well, wine and spirits, right? Right now there's top 3 distributors in the state of Florida, so it's Breakthru, Southern, and RNDC, the distributor. So something you're gonna have to understand through this is like the difference between the distributor and a supplier, right? So a distributor, we sell suppliers. So a distributor is Breakthru, RNDC, and Southern. A supplier is like a Bacardi, a Diageo, an actual product, a product that they could sell. So why is there distributors, right? We have to understand that point. So it all started in Prohibition. So back in 1920, there was a law that was instituted called Prohibition. No one could drink, right? So one day there was a law passed that no wine, no spirits, no alcoholic beverage could be sold in the United States of America. As we all know, like this is, for me, would be heart crushing if this happened when I lived during this time, right? So it was passed, and during that time, like the first picture on the top, no booze sold here. There were several restaurants, hotels, nightclubs, underground bars that they could not serve wine or spirits. So during that time, it's not like anyone stopped drinking. So do you know who that guy is on that picture?
It's a Florida resident, by the way.
Al Capone, right? So Al Capone, he was one of the biggest mob bosses at the time. So wine and spirits, it's not like people stopped drinking, right? So it just went underground. It had to be regulated, and it was regulated by the mafia. So the mafia, they're the ones that controlled the volume, the selling, everything having to do with wine and spirits in the United States of America, which is a very illegal activity during the time. So in 1933, when they repealed Prohibition, the 18th Amendment, when they said, all right, we're going to start selling wine and spirits in the United States again. So farewell 18th Amendment, which is great. If I was during this time, I'd probably be that guy right there in the front of the bar drinking that beer. So Prohibition came back to the United States of America. And then during that time, the United States government, they said, look, this was a problem during Prohibition, right? So we had the mob bosses, we had the Al Capones of the world running everything, and we don't want that again. So they instituted something called the 3-tiered system. Now, back to what we're talking about. I'm the distributor. Breakthru's the distributor. There's suppliers like Brown-Forman, William Grant, Bacardi, Diageo. These are suppliers. The 3-tiered system, there's a lot of stuff there, right? And you guys can read that. But basically what it says is that the supplier, whoever the supplier is, Brown-Forman, William Grant, Bacardi, they can't sell directly to an account, whether an on-premise account or an off-premise account. There has to be a middle person to regulate and control the selling of wine and spirits. That is the distributor. So the reason why that was enacted was because of the whole system with the Al Capone and everything that was happening during that time. So that's on-premise, off-premise. All right, Henry, I hate to pick on you, bro. On-premise, you know what on-premise is?
On-premise is like actually making the meals within the location.
Okay, so on-premise is you buy alcohol, right? You buy wine and spirits and you drink it on-premise, right? So there's 3 major channels in our business: on-premise, off-premise, and chains, right? So on-premise is, and I am an on-premise sales manager, and we're all on on-premise. So you drink it, you buy it, you drink it on-premise. Where's that? A restaurant, a hotel, a nightclub, a golf course. You drink that all on-premise. So what's off-premise? Anyone? Perfect, liquor. So you buy it and you drink it off-premise, right? So this is a very critical differentiation with the project, because as a seller, you are on-premise. So you're going to be selling Breakthru now in an on-premise setting. So this is very important. So take note of that you're going to be on-premise. So terms to know. We just spoke about it. The distributor, right? That's Breakthru, Southern, RDC. You have the retailer. The retailer is the account. So any account, so a liquor store, a hotel. Go for it.
I have a question.
Go for it.
We are selling Breakthru now to a client that's already working with us before Breakthru now.
So I don't know, because I know that the project's changed a little bit. So you're going to be selling it to, I believe, a buyer or an account that has several locations, but the person that you used to deal with is no longer there. And there's a new guy that came in.
But they are a Breakthru account.
That is your practice role play. For the competition, everything changes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can play on that one that we have there, and that's the current role that we have, and the classes, that's what we're using. But in the competition, get ready to dance.
And there may be other role plays for practice, okay, that will
Prepare.
make the degree of difficulty a little bit bigger.
Gus, remind me when we have our team meetings that I want to use that. When we have to sell something, I'm going to say, get ready to dance. I'm going to start using that. All right. So back to this. So like the retailer is the account. On-premise. So on-premises, we spoke about it. You buy it, you drink it on the premise, wherever that is. Off-premise, you buy it and you take it off-premise. For the project, it's on-premise. 3-tiered system, you guys already know that. So other terms to know in the business, right? So wines by the glass. In our business, what we try to do on the on-premise is that we have 2 main focal points that when I go into an account, 2 of the main things that I'm looking for is this. Is I am looking to get on your cocktail menu, and I am looking to get your wine by the glass. Because if I walk into a restaurant, or if I'm at a restaurant, and there's 5 wines by the glass, 1 Cabernet, 1 Sauvignon Blanc, 1 Chardonnay, 1 Pinot Noir, and 1, let's just say, Zinfandel, right? That's gonna be the most volume you're gonna get. So I'm gonna sell the most if I have with a wine by the glass. So the well is when you walk into a account, let's just say it is a restaurant, and you have the well, right? You have the well, there's the bartender, and they always have a bunch of bottles. Right, you know what that is? They have the ice, that's the well. The well is primarily products that they use most, right? So these are the products they use the most. So if they use that the most, that's where we want to be, right? A lot of these things in the well, it's either a call brands, like let me have a vodka and vodka soda, or a rum and coke, it's usually in the well, or it's a part of their cocktail menu. Call brand. A call brand is something that is called by name. Let's say, can I have a Jack and Coke? Let me have a Tito's and soda. Let me have whatever the name is. Let me have a Johnny Walker Black on the Rocks. Whatever that is, that's a call brand. That's what people know. That's what they name. And a POS. POS is just point of sale. So when you walk into an establishment, and whether it be on or off premise, you want to make sure that in an on premise, it's the real mats that are in the back, the napkin caddies, signage. Maybe because we also sell Red Bull. Maybe you want to have the little signage with the wings in the back. That's POS. Okay. So I don't really want to get too granular here because I think it kind of detracts from what we're trying to do with the sales piece, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of what the differentiation between the wine and spirits is. So wine typically has a lower alcohol content ranging from 5 to 20%. Spirits has a much higher alcohol content. Wine, I would assume that a lot of you know what wine is. Spirits and liquor, a lot of you know what liquor is. So the base ingredients for wine is typically made from grapes, pretty much any kind of fruit. Made from other fruits like apples. Spirits can be made from a variety of base ingredients, including grains, fruit, sugar cane, and molasses. Flavor and consumption. Wine has a wide variety of flavors. Spirits are typically more robust in flavor and often consumed in smaller quantities, either straight or on the rocks. So I'm going to go into part 2 right now. So part 2 is the sales component. So in my company, in Breakthru, so anyone that comes to Breakthru, we automatically put them into a system called 8 steps to a sales call, right? So this is how we kind of teach them and train them in an account call what you should be talking about, who you should be talking about, everything that you have to know in a sales call. So everything we're going to be talking about right now, it's very, very important. So when you're talking to your buyer or you're talking to the person that you're speaking with, like you know exactly what you're talking about and how to get to the answer, right? So my big thing is you have to plan. So you have to plan as much as possible. You have to know about the account, look who's drinking there, look what's around there, what they have on their back bar. You just have to plan everything around there. So same thing, 8 steps of a sales call. This is our boy Benjamin Franklin. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail, okay? So these are the 8 steps, just in a summary. We're gonna dive a little deeper into it. But preparation, introduce yourself, survey and take inventory, service, adjusting the sales plan, sales presentations, act on comments, and record. And I know I talk a lot, right? So if you have any questions at all, feel free to stop me and we'll chat about it. So preparation. So this is one of the most important parts of what we're doing in terms of the preparation. So review objectives to be accomplished and activities to perform, prepare your sales presentation, make sure you have the proper tools needed for an account call. So including Breakthru now, right? So anything that you do, you have to prepare. You can't, Gus and I, we always talk to our teams and we say, so what was your plan? When you wanted to speak to these customers, did you know like what you're going to talk about? Did you know what the priorities were? Do you know who drinks there? Do you know what they do? You have to be prepared when you walk in there. Because if you're not prepared, like I am not going to waste my time, especially if I'm, let's just say a restaurant owner or a bar manager, and it's you walk in around happy hour, I have 10, 15 minutes to talk to you. Be prepared when you talk to someone. So you have to do all your due diligence before you walk in. I know a lot of these things might sound common sense, but being in the business for a while, common sense isn't really that common. Right? So when you walk into an account, you always introduce yourself. So you don't only introduce yourself to the person that you're going to be talking to. I make it a habit, and our teams make it a habit to introduce yourself to everybody. You don't only talk to the person that you want to talk to. You talk to the hostess. You talk to the bartender. You talk to the busser. You talk to everyone in there, because in our business, in an on-premise business, people are moving from position to position a lot. They're always moving from different accounts. So that person that leaves from that account, they may end up somewhere else. And then when I go, or someone goes into that account, they're gonna already know that person, and they're gonna get answers a lot easier to influence their beverage program. Survey and take inventory. So these are one of the most important things that for my team that I ask. So when I say survey and take inventory, every single time our teams are accustomed to do specific things. One of the main things they walk in is a survey. When I say survey, the first thing you ask for, usually in a meeting, if you're gonna get to a meeting, you should get there about 15 minutes before, or maybe go there the day before. You get their cocktail menu. You look at their cocktail menu. You say, wow, what's on their cocktail menu? Who's in the cocktail menu? If you see the cocktail menu, or you see the by the glass menu, you pretty much know who owns the menu. Like you know who drinks there. You know what's being served. You know what their opportunities are. So you have to survey the account to know what you're gonna talk to before you go in. It's very important. Along with surveying, a really key part of that is POS. So if there's the napkin caddies where the napkins are a certain brand, or if the rail mats are a certain brand, or if they have signage around, or if you go to the bathroom and they have a bunch of different other things, you know the brands that are dominating in that account, and you know who you're going against, right? And you know the opportunities that you have. So surveying the account is one of the most important things that we do, along with taking inventory. So you don't want to go into an account and you say, hey, Mr. Buyer, so how's Jack Daniels doing? And then they tell you, I don't know, you tell me, it's been out of stock for the past week and a half. And you're like, oh wow, like you didn't know about that. You should know your inventory. You should know if they're running low on stock, if they're gonna need stock. At the same time, you should know that about your competitors. If you had done your survey and you had seen that, I don't know, if Tito's was out of stock, you could see that on your menu and say, hey, I've been hearing on the street that Tito's is out of stock, so I'm sure you don't have it, so maybe you want to sub and put something else for now, for me, and find that opportunity, because we're always looking for that opportunity, because there's so many brands in the market that we just have to find our space to be in. So pretty much what we spoke about on every sales call, distribution, or looking for our sales opportunities, seeing the POS that's behind the back bar, we're seeing who the competitive activity is, and then specifically for on-premise, which was geared towards our competition. So it's the well distribution, what's in the well that we spoke about, the back bar distribution, when you walk in, what's in the back bar, because we want to see what's in the back bar. We want to see like what they buy a lot of. We want to see what they don't have, because if they don't have it, we want to present it to them. The cocktail wine list we spoke about, we have to know what it looks like. The by the glass programs, the house pour, kitchen and cooking. A lot of times we don't think about this, but when you go in, these pastry chefs or cooks, they need cooking wine. A lot of people, especially in our business, they never ask about the cooking of wine. We have to see what the sales opportunities are, out of stock, reserve stock. I got this question last time. Reserve stock is if you have too much of something. So let's just say you walk in and you say, oh, look, again, how's Jack Daniels doing? Let's just say, they're like, I don't know, I have 10 cases in my back that I can't get rid of. right? So then at that point you say, all right, let me help you. Let's do a happy hour. Let's do like a little feature that we're featuring for Halloween with, and we'll come up with some cool cocktails so we can deplete that stock. We deplete that stock, then we could sell more, all right? If it's stuck in the back, then we can't sell anything at all. Condition of products, we want to make sure that things aren't messed up or bottles are broken. POS use, competitive activity, again, we want to know who is dominating that account. Competitive prices, we want to make sure that our prices are in line with what we're selling. We don't want to sell a $100 bottle of alcohol or wine when they were looking for something that's $20. Right? And new products. We always want to be talking to them about new products that are coming in. Innovation. Record opportunities. Always make sure that you're writing down everything. Whether it's your notebook, whether it's OneDrive, whether it's a CRM that you're looking at, whatever you guys need to put it down, you just need to make sure that you're recording that for the next time. Steps 4 to 5, service. You want to make sure that you're an asset to your account, right? So any POS, you want to get there, everything's broken and there's stuff that's messed up. You want to say, hey, can I get you new rail mats? Can I get you new napkin caddies? Can I get you new cups, new shakers, new tins, new bar spoons, whatever that is? You want to make sure that you're servicing that. And you want to make sure that their menus, like let's just say that you created menus for them or you're working with them on their menu program. You want to make sure that you're refreshing that. Also gives you another opportunity to change things on there or take advantage of opportunities on the menu. Adjust the sales plan. In sales, and especially in our business, one of the most important things that we do is we pivot on a daily basis. Off-premise is one thing, so I know we always talk about it. On-premise, I'll be 100% transparent. It can be chaotic. It's super chaotic. You could come up with the most beautiful plan in the world. I'm gonna meet these 5 to 7 buyers today. I'm gonna talk about this, that, and the other, and then in a matter of 30 minutes, your life and dreams will get crushed in that day because the buyer's sick, this person doesn't want to see you anymore, they're having a rush at the bar so you can't go anymore, and your whole entire day, now you don't have a day, and you have to figure out like what's going to happen. So that could easily happen on an on-premise. So the moral of the story is you have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to work on the fly. Not only plan B, but in the on-premise, you have to have plan B, plan C, plan D. I'm sure in the competition, they're going to throw out some curveballs at you. They're going to be like, wow, I wasn't prepared for this. Be prepared for the unexpected, because it's always going to happen. Sales presentations, especially with Breakthru now. So this is very key when you're going in and being organized and being prepared. Have something prepared. There's nothing better than you going into an actual account. Let's just say you're casing them on something, or you've printed their documents, you have something that's laminated, and you know what you're talking about, and you can actually give an educated presentation on what you're talking about. And then just act on the comments. So, like I said last time, I say this to my kids all the time. So, when God created us, right? God created us with 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen more, right? So, if you listen to your buyers, and buyers love to talk. I'm so shocked of how much people love to talk about themselves and just talk about business. If you just let them go and you let them talk, they're going to take you to the answer. I know that a lot of time, especially when you're green and you're new in the business, you want to go, oh, I want to sell this. I want to sell so much. I always recommend, just don't sell anything. They're going to tell you what they want. Let them talk, all right? So we just want to listen and we want to act on their comments. So record, back to what I was saying, like you want to record everything. CRM platform, it is Salesforce, it's OneNote, a notepad, however you want to do it, just make sure you record it, because when you go back to that same account, you want to make sure you know what you spoke about. You want to say, oh, I need to get bar mats. Oh, and they're looking for a new bourbon for their old fashioned. Oh, they want to do a Cinco de Mayo feature. You want to record all these things. Not only you only want to record that, you want to record the name of their kids. You want to record their name, their birthday, what they like doing, their hobbies, if something happened in their family. So you could talk about this. This goes about building relationships. Our business is 100% relationship based. If you don't have good relationships, you're not going to do well. People only buy things from people they like. So if you don't have a good relationship, it's not going to work. So you have to build a relationship by not only talking about business, but talking about them, like what they like to do. Spending even time with them when it's not business. So I'm just going to hand it over to the true expert. I kind of butchered it last time, but she's here to save me today. So.
the true expert. I don't know about that. Subject matter expert. All right, so Breakthru now.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's a very good point. So since there's now a lot of only Spanish-only speakers, is there anything that needs to be clarified from what I said in Spanish? Okay,
Are
this
there
one-
any terms you would think in Spanish that would be different?
Maybe off-premise, off-premise.
What's the translation of off-premise?
Oh, it goes to my Spanish guy.
I mean, no hay una traducción como tal.
On-premise.
On-premise and off-premise.
Sí, no hay una traducción como tal, sino on-premise sería los lugares donde se consume el alcohol, un bar, un restaurante, un hotel. Y off-premise sería venta al detalle, una licorería, el supermercado, donde no se consume el producto en el momento de la compra.
Pregunta. ¿Para quién es eso importante? Sorry, a question. For who is that important? For you. You are the one segmenting the market. The customer, the prospect, they really don't care. So you should, the word on-premise should not be coming up during the discussion. Do you agree?
Yep.
I mean, this is just internal to Breakthru.
Even though it could, right?
Yeah.
Even though it could, because you could have a place, like a restaurant that also has a mini store where people can take,
Correct.
buy products.
But you would call the bar?
It will depend on the type of license. There are different licenses. And there are licenses that no longer exist. They're grandfathered in. That are dual licenses that allows them to sell the liquor on premises and also as retail.
So in reality, it may have an impact because they may be labeled on-premise or off-premise by the state of Florida.
Correct.
So they may be labeled, but really for the discussion, maybe. No, I don't know. But I would suggest that you just say, sí, in Spanish, you're going to be doing it in Spanish. Sí, porque tú eres on-premise. Right?
Sí, yo sé que nadie preguntó, pero lo voy a decir porque a mí al principio, cuando entré a on-premise, no estaba muy seguro. Lo que se le llama well sería los productos de la casa. Si alguien pide un vodka soda, el bartender va a usar el well. El well lo que se le llama es la plataforma que está detrás del bar, donde están todas las botellas que más se usan o que son de la casa. So, si el cliente no especifica ninguna marca, ese es el producto que va a usar el bartender.
The house wine.
El producto de la casa. Sí. Y el vino, muy importante, en una lista de vinos, no todos los vinos son por copa. Hay unos que son por copa y por botella. Entonces tú como vendedor siempre quieres tener el vino por copa porque es el que más va a rotar y el que más te va a generar ventas.
So I've not covered that yet.
Yeah, I haven't covered that yet, and it's not in this, but actually I should cover it and should add to it, so I'll add that. We'll talk about third-party marketplaces in a second after I go over what Breakthru Now is and then like the differences. And I'm actually creating a document that will show you this versus this, right? Why Breakthru Now is a benefit to a customer versus why a third-party marketplace is. My sales reps need it anyway, so this is like a good task for me. I just made one for Pay Now today, and I forgot the other one. So I'm just gonna play this quick little video. Oh.
When you for the wine, or when you sell it for cup, Breakthru make it for cup or for the whole bottle?
No, ¿en español o en inglés? Ok, no, la venta como tal del Breakthru al cliente es la botella. Es como el cliente se la vende, es como la cuenta se la vende al cliente, por copa o por botella. Yeah, so he was asking if we sell the product literally by the glass or by the bottle. So we sell cases of wine to the accounts. What I was referring to is how the account sells a product to the consumer. So when you look at a wine list, there's two options. That
At the bottom.
You can order the wine by the glass, if it's available by the glass, or by the bottle. So that's what he was asking.
You want to play now?
Yeah.
The time is now to
manage and grow your business like never. You go to the. With our innovative and easy-to-use e-commerce solution, Breakthru now. Breakthru now. It's okay, just here, right there.
There.
Yep. The time is now to manage and grow your business like never before. With our innovative and easy-to-use e-commerce solution, Breakthru now. Breakthru now is free, open 24/7, and here to provide you with everything you need when you need it. Discover new products and order the brands that you've always trusted with easy access to live inventory updates. Managing your business has never been easier. With your complete order history, delivery status, and item availability indicators, making sure you always know what is on the way and when it will be there. Breakthru now maximizes your time and brand investments, which allows you to create the ultimate experience for your customers. Breakthru now is already a hit. Join the excitement and sign up today at now.breakthrubev.com to start growing your business like never before.
Did you understand what it is about?
I just want to clarify, so we're selling the platform Breakthru now, not, because they were talking a lot about like how to look at inventory and products and stuff.
Yeah, so the platform is going to help you, that part of it, right? So Breakthru now is our e-commerce solution, right? Our B2B, business-to-business solution for our customers, right? It's where they can jump on 24/7 and see our product catalog. They can track their truck, they can see invoices, they can save products, they can create carts and save them. It's a business solution, they can pay their bills. It's a business solution for them to their everyday business, right? It's a solution for our reps as well. It helps them. One of the things that I like about the platform is it's an educational tool, right? So our product detail pages, and the next time I come in front of you, I'll do a demo of the actual platform so you can see it. Our product detail pages are basically our sales sheets deconstructed, right? So it's all about our products. So not only is our customers identifying and understanding and finding new things, our reps are doing the same thing. So it's a platform for both of them, right? It's a time-saving platform, so Breakthru now saves time for our customers as well as our reps. What it does for our reps is it allows our reps to have full attention of the customer without having all the transactional activities to do when they show up. So you have basically 5 to 10 minutes with a buyer, and at the same time that you're trying to present to a buyer, they're getting pulled away at all directions. They have other servers coming up, I need this, other managers coming up, I need to pull this from the back room. Like there's all kinds of distractions happening while you're having this meeting. There's never a time that you're sitting with a buyer, it's very rare unless the account's not open, that there's not other things distracting them. So you wanna have a full time with the buyer to present your priorities, our sales reps' priorities, and what our goals are for that account, right? So the transactional activities take away from that. I need to pay my bill, here's a check. I need to give you an order, I need to process it. I'm missing an invoice, can you get that? All of these activities can be done on this platform, right? And so it gives our sales reps the opportunity to be true consultants and true partners with our accounts. Okay, all of our pricing is available on the platform. They can see the pricing right there. They can see the deals. Everything our sales reps would present to them is on the platform with the deals. It actually suggests higher deals. If let's say they order 2 cases and there's a 3-case deal, the platform will tell them if you order another case, you get a better price. Right? So the platform is what I tell our salespeople is it's a silent sales tool, right? It's selling our brands 24/7 even while they're sleeping. So the commission that happens from orders on the platform directly goes to our sales reps. There's no if there's a sales rep attached to the account, it's the same process as if the sales reps put the order in versus if they put the order in through the platform. It's the same process, they still get paid. So one of the key points is 33% of our customers that are using Breakthru now are doing it after hours. That means our sales reps are getting paid while they sleep. So it's a great platform, right?
Yes.
Okay, so a few questions. You answered one of them with the commission thing. Now, let's say if I were, like right now, I go on my computer and I want to download or get on Breakthru and make an account. Can I do that as a random person?
So no, you cannot, and that was a really good question. You have to be a Breakthru Beverage customer and have a customer number to be able to get onto our platform. It's security purposes, right? There's a lot of information on there that our competition can get, and so we have to control that narrative. And so by controlling that narrative, by only allowing our customers to get on that, helps our security systems.
And you can only be a customer if you have a Florida state license, correct?
Correct. So you have to have a Florida state license to set up a customer. Anybody who has a license to sell alcohol in the state of Florida can be our customer, but you have to have a license to do so, and we have to set that up.
So if anyone that gets on the Breakthru, that means they already have an agent. They'll already have an agent that would be getting commission for the money. They have to be registered as a...
Well, kind of. So there's different types of accounts, right? So there's accounts that do have sales reps. There's a handful of accounts that have inside sales reps. So they don't have anybody calling on them, but they do have people calling them from our inside sales team. And then there is a handful of accounts that only have Breakthru now, and those are accounts that do less than $2,500 in revenue a year with us, and so we justify that as it takes longer for our reps to go there and make an order once a month, once every 6 months, than it does to justify, so we give them the platform to use and customer care.
So is that how the platform started? To get down to those 25K?
No, the platform started a couple reasons. So Proof was first to market, right? And then came ER&DC, which is Republic National's platform. And we kind of sat back in the wings like we usually do and let them make all the mistakes. And then we come in with a stronger, better platform. So with that being said, we kind of held back, and then COVID happened. And COVID spiked everything in the digital world. Everything from B2B to B2C, and I'll explain what those are, you probably already know it, but anything that happened online transactions, COVID threw it to, we were growing, our off-premise was growing 202% during COVID, and online platforms were growing because of nobody could go and buy alcohol in a store, but they still were drinking, which we're not mad at, right? So that's really how it happened. That spiked us to implement our own platform. We were using Provi, which is the third-party marketplace that I'll kind of go into in a second. But we launched in Maryland first to test our platform out. That's the first state that went. Florida launched a little weird, right? So we have Pay Now, which is a part of Breakthru Now. It's basically a backlink to Breakthru Now. You feel like you're still on the platform, but you're not. You're on a banking platform. We launched that first. So we launched Breakthru Now, but with no ability to do anything but pay your bills and kind of browse our order platform. Like, you can order, but it was list price, no deals, no anything on there. It was just basically, here's our catalog, here's our marketing stuff, and here's where you can pay your bills. That happened for a year. And then July of 23, we launched November of 23, we launched full pricing visibility when we got our new pricing system here. Breakthru Now is now across network in all markets except for DC and Canada. California just launched the other day.
Okay. Question. You mentioned to use Breakthru, you have to be an established. What if a new restaurant's open?
So a new customer, you can get on. You have to have a customer number with us. So your license has to be registered with us and you have to have a customer number. But once we have that customer number, we can set you up by your license. You don't have to order from us. You don't have to have an order placed to use our platform. You have to have a customer number and a valid license.
And when you mention the customer number, it can be the license number?
No, so the customer number is set up when we receive the license.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you set it up?
The sales rep receives the license and we send an email and he gets it up.
and our SAP account management team sets it up.
Yeah. So let's say because the way you respond to that question, you were referring to if you already have a business and that's linked with you guys, and then you open a new restaurant. So if like a brand new restaurant wants to open, do they just contact you guys and then you go through that process?
If you have a license, you can.
Of course.
Yeah, when you get your license,
It's not an issue at all.
it's you contact us or we find you because we walked past, oh, a new restaurant, what's going on, right? So like a new liquor store. So there's ways people contact us. I had a friend from high school call me the other day and said, I'm opening up a restaurant. Can you connect me? Yes, I can. Nice to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a couple years. That was Lance. But they'll find us here and there. They'll find us.
And you just mentioned liquor store, so it's on and off.
On and off premise, retail chains, everybody can use this. We have a lot of on-premise national accounts using it. So anybody that has a liquor license, on-off retail chain, anything that sells alcohol in the state of Florida, if you have a license from the state of Florida, it can be our customer.
Okay. And a random question from earlier when he was talking. If you say as a restaurant, right, the table wants to buy a bottle of wine, but they don't finish it, because you mentioned that it's on-premise, are they able to take that home, or how does that work?
So,
Oh, okay, I got what you're asking.
technically, you're not supposed to. However, laws have changed since COVID. And there are ways where a restaurant can allow it. And they can do to-go cocktails because this law that our governor passed because of COVID, but it's very detailed. So it has to be in a sealed container. It has to be 32 ounces or larger. There's very specific things to go into. So it's not easy to be able to do that.
So the law says that on-premise consumption has to be completed on-premise.
Yeah.
You cannot get out of the bar with a drink. That is unlawful.
Just like at an off-premise, you cannot open the container with
Yeah.
a certain radius of the account.
So I have a question. If I go to buy from Sam's a bunch of wine and I have my own store at home and I don't have a license, can I sell it? It's illegal.
It's illegal.
You can, but the government will get.
The story, the gray line is yes, you can, but somebody's gonna catch you.
So the only way that you can sell to drink at home is off-premise. And you can only drink it at home. You cannot resell it.
You cannot resell it.
You can give it away as a gift.
You absolutely.
Not everybody will be going to jail. But you can give it away or whatever. But it's kind of funny. This is kind of weird. This is kind of very eye-opening for me because I didn't know any of this. By the way, if you want to buy any liquor here in the United States, in Florida, there's only 3 distributors that can sell it to you.
3 main distributors. There's a lot of smaller distributors and you can get a distributor license, but it's really difficult.
If somebody wants to sell the liquor, they can only go through 1.
Yes, so that's a good point. So it is an exclusivity rights, right? So a supplier can only sell through 1 distributor in the state of Florida. So we sell Brown-Forman. Nobody else can sell Brown-Forman but Breakthru. So it is an exclusivity rights.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're allowed to have multiple distributors if you want to have?
Okay, so as a customer, you buy from all distributors. As a supplier, you can only go through one in the state of Florida. And all states are different. So all states there's franchise laws, there's states where you can be at a distributor as a supplier, but you have to, if you want to move, you have to sell at both distributors. So there's price wars in places. Florida doesn't have that. We have exclusivity rights.
The United States, as a country, it goes down to the states, right?
No, it's the state legislations. And so there's control states, like North Carolina is a control state, where you can only buy from the state liquor stores. We're getting into granular things that have nothing to do with Florida, but like there's all kinds of different laws, but the state runs the laws. It's all about
You should read about this because it's just crazy.
If you want to know anything, you guys can call me, it's
If you're
fine.
wondering, the state does have agents that they go to the account.
They do.
And they ask for invoices.
They check you out,
Yes.
regulated.
It's all regulated, it's all gallonage taxes. If your sales don't match your gallonage tax, there's laws of how we can touch product, there's laws what we can give to customers. They're called Tide House laws, where it regulates what we're allowed to do as salespeople. So there's a lot of legislation behind alcohol sales. And it's not just 21 and older. There's a lot of.
Is any other industry like this?
Pharmaceutical.
Pharmaceuticals. Okay, yes, pharmaceuticals.
Firearms.
I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure.
And tobacco, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about either one of those. I think tobacco might be the same as us.
If you guys are one of the main distributors and you guys have in your selling inventory main brands that are getting sold everywhere in clubs, hotels, why would an account not want to work with you? What would be an objection?
That's a good question.
It's a great question. Yeah, I would love for you guys to answer. I mean, I have my own answer, but I would love for you guys to answer.
Technically, they don't have to work with your brands. You go to an account, what's your favorite block? Are you over 21? No, okay.
Don't have.
Tell me a whiskey brand. Tell me a whiskey brand that you know.
He was very careful. He didn't say that you like. He said that.
Johnny Walker.
Okay, if you go to a bar and you ask for Johnny Walker and they say, we don't have it, chances are you order something else.
Okay.
So technically, they don't have to work with you.
No. And a lot of it is our relationships. So when I was in my MBA program, my favorite class was relationship selling, because that's the business I'm in. You're building a relationship and a rapport with your customers. It doesn't matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter. There's tons of vodkas, there's tons of whiskeys, there's tons of wines. There's a plethora of brands within every category. Yes, there's leaders. And yes, some people are like, I have to have the leaders. But that's all they buy, right? And then they'll expand their portfolio or their bar selection because of their relationships. And so we pride ourselves at Breakthru as our relationships with our customers. Like, it's all about, you know, being a partner more than being, I'm a salesperson, you're the buyer, I'm your partner. I'm your partner in business, and that's why this platform is so good, because it helps them become partners.
So, go ahead.
I was going to ask, is there specific brands that you guys have that other distributors can't or don't have?
All of them. Everything I sell, everything we sell, cannot be sold by another customer. However, by another distributor. However, the competing brand that is within that category, they might have it. So let's talk Stoli, right? We sell Stoli, they sell Tito's, they sell Kettle, right? There's all kinds of leaders within the portfolio, within the category, the commodity, that a buyer can buy over top of what we, you know, so it's really about that relationship with your buyers.
So that's what, when they talk about we have exclusive rights to our products, that's what it means. If I sell you Zephyr Hills, nobody else can sell you Zephyr Hills in the state of Florida. Remember,
Right.
the laws are by state. So if you go to California, the laws may be different.
But you cannot buy liquor in California and sell it here in Florida.
No, you can't. And you can't cross state
You
lines.
cannot cross state lines.
You cannot cross state lines.
The other thing.
So,
This is really crazy.
yeah. So if I'm selling something, if just real quick, if I'm selling something on an online platform, right? Let's take Reserve Bar for instance. If a Reserve Bar is supposed to go, so a customer orders on Reserve Bar, not our customer, like you guys, right? A consumer orders on Reserve Bar, which is a third-party marketplace for selling to customers, right? Similar to a website of a liquor store. If they buy on Reserve Bar, it should go to one of our liquor stores, but sometimes it crosses state lines, and there's that weary gray line that these websites do, that if you order something, sometimes it comes from another state and it's not supposed to. Wine can cross states, but liquors can't. Okay, let's talk, one more question.
Okay. What you said about the Tide House laws, that one interested me. I don't know.
So we'll talk about Tide House laws on the side, because it's not really what we're going into, but there's a lot of laws within the liquor industry that allows us to do what we do. It is interesting reading.
It's really very interesting.
Yeah, so in here, so again, it's time saving, it's price visibility, it's discovery, and it's efficient, right? It's easy to use. It's a place where our customers can go and really manage their business. One of the cool things about the site that we just launched was Site Insights, right? Shopping Insights. The site can tell a customer, other accounts around you are buying high-end tequila, you should buy high-end tequila as well. Like, it looks at demographics of the account. It uses AI to look, and our ordering SAP system that does all of our orders, and it says, okay, these accounts around you are really buying this type of brand.
So if I didn't have Breakthru now, I would have to go walk over to my competitor's bar and find out what they're selling.
Yeah, you would have to find that out. It's a really cool feature of the platform that just came out. It was just an enhancement. It's really neat.
I'm a numbers guy. When you tell me it's time savings, I imagine that before you order something at the bar or at the restaurant, you gotta go take inventory, right? And if you don't have an automated platform, you have to do manually. First question, who does that at the restaurant? The general manager, the manager, or they hire somebody?
It depends on their.
It varies.
I asked that
Okay.
question, by the way, and it's usually the bartender.
It's usually the bartender or the bar manager, but it varies.
Oh, okay,
There are third parties that you can hire.
okay.
They'll literally come and do your inventory.
Oh, okay. In either case, that costs you money. The premise, right?
Yes.
The on-premise person, they have to pay hours to somebody to do that.
So the platform won't take their inventory.
Right.
The platform, but what the time saving is you can use the platform while you're inventorying and do your order right there. You don't have to write it down, add it to a spreadsheet, text the rep, this is what I need. It's right there on the platform.
Okay, but on that, with time, wouldn't I know what I have ordered from
Yes.
through the
Yes,
platform?
yes.
And therefore, over time, it may not be your purpose, but the inventory is there.
Yes, yes, the consumption, yes. And a new enhancement that just came out on the platform this past couple weeks ago is the platform is now going to tell them, you've ordered, this was invoiced, last invoice this date. So it will tell them, let's say they're ordering they ordered Jack Daniels, but they haven't ordered their last time they ordered was a month ago. The platform will tell them the last time it was invoiced for their account. That's new. I don't think I've even sent that out to you guys yet. That's coming.
Money saving in terms of the money that they pay somebody, you have a temp that comes to do inventory.
Even the time it takes them to place the order, they're saving time.
Yeah, because it's already on there. And it allows our reps to go in. So I tell our reps, have your accounts put their orders, their everyday orders in through the platform. And then when you go to present, you have time to add to it, because until it invoices, everything they add on their system connects. It goes into one invoice.
Okay. You mentioned something similar, but I want to clarify a little bit. On the platform, you mentioned about how it tells you when the last time you ordered something was. Is there like a part of it that tracks how often you're purchasing a product, that kind of tell you what your consumption is based off your orders of that product, so you can track what you're selling more?
So I would love for that, and I'm going to suggest that to my Breakthru Now team. Thank you for that. It doesn't yet. What it does is it has order history back to 2 years in 90-day increments. So you can see what you've ordered and what you order regularly. The part of the date is going to help suggest you need to order this again, you haven't ordered it lately. It's gonna give them the mindset, oh, I need to order that product, right? Another thing that was asked for is price increases, right? To be able to use the platform to show a price increase, like this item's going up on this date by now. So we're working on that enhancement as well. The cool thing about Breakthru Now is it's never the same. Digital changes so quickly, and what we get feedback from our customers, we're always looking to better it. We're always looking to enhance it. We've enhanced the speed of it. We've enhanced the capabilities of it. So we're always looking for that next best thing. Now the deals are better, right? You can see before you had to click like 3 buttons to get to the right deal. Now they're right there in front of you. You don't have to click anything. It shows it right on the product detail page. So every time somebody gives us a suggestion, we're looking to better the process.
One thing that you do, Nicolo's point, where you can quantify the money, if the account uses fintech, for example, it's on third-party automatic payments, that charges them a fee.
Yes.
On Breakthru Now, they can set up
What is it,
fintech?
Fintech.
As in financial.
So I just made a document today, it's almost done, approved on the difference between fintech and it says third-party pay. I can't say the name of the company or I'll get in trouble, but it's basically fintech versus Breakthru Now and what we offer versus them in a free or a paid, and it's night and day. The biggest thing is you could do everything on this platform. Before I go into some terms, let's talk about Provi, for example. Provi is a business-to-business e-commerce solution that a customer can order from every distributor, small little food, wine, they even have uniforms on there, right? They can order from everywhere in one place.
Amazon.
It's Amazon for restaurants and bars and liquor stores. What is good about it, and what there's a lot of on-premise accounts using it, mostly now national accounts, because the main difference is it's list pricing only, where on Breakthru Now you have deals. So you don't know what you're buying straight list price, and if you have a chain price, that will activate at the end. That's the main difference. That's one of the main difference with Provi. The other difference with Provi is that versus ours is that ours has every single thing you can do with our sales force on this platform. So if you're looking for your truck, you could go on the platform and find out where your truck is and how long within a 2-hour window where it's at, right? You can't do that on Provi, because they're a third party and they're attached to our SAP system because we're a partner of theirs, but they're not attached to that part of it. So if you're using Provi, you have to call your rep to find out where your truck is. There's no invoices that you can get through Provi. You can't pay your bills on Provi. You can't see past order history. You can, in a way, you could see what you've ordered through Provi, but that's all you can see. You can't see a real price. You can't see an actual invoice. On Breakthru Now, you could see all of that. So as a third-party marketplace, gives the opportunity and the freedom to order from every place at one stop, there's limitations. And that's why a lot of people are moving towards platforms like Breakthru now, like Proof, and like ERDC. Even though they have 3 different platforms, Cisco's the same, right? Even though they have different platforms, you're getting more from the platform than the convenience of being all there. The other reason why we did it, why we made our own platform, is it's our own proprietary platform. We market what we want to market on there. We advertise what we want to advertise, and it's our brands. On a third-party marketplace, every brand, whoever, they're paying for advertisements. They're paying for SEO. They're paying for that search engine, that first spot in the spot. So we're a partner, and somebody can type in Jack Daniels on Pro-V, and Bullet shows up first because they've paid for that spot. Whereas Breakthru now, it's our brands and our brands only. So that's the difference between the 2 platforms. I will have a sheet for you on that, added to the resources guide that we have in here, so you have all the differences there written down. Okay, just some terms, definitions that I thought were important in the digital space. Business to business, anything online between 2 businesses, right? So Breakthru now is a business to business platform. B2C, business to consumer, any transaction online that reaches the consumer. So that's any selling, social media, advertisement, et cetera. If it's reaching the consumer, that's business to consumer, B2C transactions. Omnichannel. Omnichannel is one that a lot of people don't know, and I'm not even sure these guys know, but omnichannel is the process of the seamless integration of a brand on every touch point. So in a restaurant, so on the back bar, on the feature card, on their social media, right? Everything is the same, integrated from off-premise, on-premise, and digital, and it all speaks the same voice. That's what omnichannel, everything. That's what omnichannel means. And social selling. Social selling sounds like it's social media, but it's kind of a little different. It is social media, but it's selling your brand and connecting to your customer in a way where you're connecting, generating leads, building relationships. The brands do this on social media. So you'll see when you're on a social media platform, maybe you get an advertisement that's pushed to you and there's a question, and then you start talking back to, like, you answer the question, and then somebody responds to you, and it's generating that lead, or there's a link that leads to like a store finder or something like that. That's social selling. They're just some fun terms. All right, why are we doing this? Why the digital integration? I just thought that this would be a really cool way to show you why digital is important in all businesses, but especially beverage alcohol. You know, our customers are using digital platforms to optimize and maximize brand awareness. We're doing it, our customers are doing it, our suppliers are doing it, right? Social media has the ability to influence the buyer behavior of the customer. And I'm wondering, did I put it? I did. So, you know, a customer sees an item 4 times. Let's talk about this. It's the power of 4. They see it on social media, they see it on the back bar, they see it on a search ad, they see it on a feature card. When they see something 3 or 4 times, it usually takes 3 or 4 times for somebody to connect to a brand. They're like, I'm gonna try that, right? So it's really the power of 3, but power of 4. 29% of consumers say that they purchased something the same day they saw it on social media. So we're driving our customers, our accounts, to use social media, use digital platforms to really promote what's happening in the account. What happens is when you're walking into an account, right, for, like, you're a sales rep, right, and you promote something, you sell them a product, not even Breakthru now, just one of our products, right? And you stop the conversation at a feature card on the table. You only gain the customers in those 4 walls that are coming into the account during that time period. But if you add to the conversation, can you do a social media post? Can you send out an email blast? That conversation now reached 1,000, 2,000, depending on how many followers there are. The potential reach for that program to reach people extends further out of those 4 walls. So it's super important to use these digital platforms to activate brands. 85% of consumers say they want businesses to be active on digital and social media. 71% of social media users say they're more likely to purchase a product seen on social media, and 45% more sales opportunities happen when they're using social selling. So really, product, digital impressions and digital features are building the recognition by the customers, which is increasing our sales. Social media posts, okay, so when you're thinking about digital, right, you're thinking about a social media post is like a bartender suggestion, right? Their table tents, their chalkboard features, their wine cocktail features. Breakthru now allows an account we have lifestyle images on the product detail, on most of the product detail pages that they can use on their social media to promote what they've purchased from us. So we have a lot of tools for them, right?
That's included
that's included in the platform. So, before sales call, so we talked about the 8 steps of the sales call. There's also things to do for digital. Are your accounts active on social media? What platforms are they using? How many times do they post frequently? How many times are they posting our brands? How many times are they posting other people's brands? Are they using stock pictures? Are they doing them themselves, right? Do they have a marketing person? And do they, do your customers want like suggestions and help with social? The reason why I'm talking about this is because I just talked about being a partner to your customer, right? Showing up for your customer wherever and however they want you to show up is super important to that relationship and that partnership, right? So you want to ask the questions of, how can I help you? Not what I need out of it, but how can I help you? How can Breakthru now help you? How can I help you, right? So it all goes hand in hand with the conversation and building that relationship. Yes?
I'm a little confused. I'm not sure if I'm understanding correctly about the social media. What does that look like on the platform? Like,
so on the platform, there are, and again, I'll show you the platform the next time I'm here. On the platform, there are pictures, lifestyle pictures like you would see on social media that they can save to their desktop and use to promote on their social media accounts. It's free content. Absolutely.
Another thing you mentioned about like servicing your customers the best you can. You also mentioned them with like if they need napkins or stuff like that. Do you guys on that platform, do you only sell alcoholic beverages, or do you sell, let's say, like mixers, the napkins, all that type of stuff, like the straws?
We sell anything we sell. So there is mixers, there's water, Red Bull, anything, cherries, anything we sell is on there. Hopefully soon, actually there is a spot, but it's not working right now because we have to get our POS intact, but they'll be able to request POS on there. They'll be able to request a sample if they want to taste a wine. We've asked for that. And that's coming. So if a customer is looking on and they're interested in tasting a wine, right? They can request a sample. We've asked for that enhancement, so that's coming. It's not here yet, but that's coming.
We used to sell straws as well, but not anymore.
We used to. That guy's crazy.
In the context of using, what does that term mean, POS? Because I understand.
Point of sale. Point of sale is not, point of sale is the promotional items that we're able to give a customer to promote brands. So napkin caddies, rail mats, coasters.
Different from the conception, which is...
Yeah, so different from point of sale machine, right? So that is a POS system. Different from that, that's a point of sale machine. That's inventory and all that stuff. You did, we talked about this.
POS,
I have the same question.
POS system would be a cash machine, right?
Yeah.
But the cashier's machine. The POS is
Merchandising.
where all
Right.
the stuff that is around. For example, if that clock over there at Breakthru Beverage, it would be
It would be merchandising material.
POS.
Merchandising.
And that's how you help retail customers. Really, most of the retail customers on premise is a retail customer.
That's the awareness.
And that's what you have to do. So, pretty good.
Yeah, so we call our on-premise accounts retailers. Everybody's a retailer to us. But we have retail and on-premise, so that's confusing. But everybody's a customer, and they can speak more to this. I've been out of the sales side for a little while, a minute, 17 years.
You guys mentioned you were on-premise.
Yeah.
Can you sell to off-premise like businesses? Maybe it's like a friend of yours that you want. Do you have to transfer them to a different division? How does that work?
So there are, I mean, for the majority of the times you stick to your division. But for example, one of my reps has an off-premise account, liquor store, because the same owner of that liquor store owns a place in Wynwood that does a lot of events. So there are exceptions that you can make, but for the majority of the time, the company likes for the reps to stick to their division. But there are exceptions that can be made.
That's what essentially work backwards and work with your management and your bosses and everybody else to make sure you get that exception. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think a lot of the reason is the way we go to market with our reps, the way we train them, the way we present our deals. There's different deals for all sides, and so you miss a lot when you're not in that division. You know, you don't go to the sales meetings for a package if you're an on-premise and vice versa. So there tends to be that, that crossing of lines is weird. So I think that's a major reason why we do it, but there are exceptions to the rules.
Like very little, but not a lot.
Yes, not a lot.
There are also customers that have like an on-premise license and an off-premise license, right? But they're two different licenses, same account. And there are rules for on-premise, and especially with wine, that they have to feature products. To get on-premise pricing, you have to have features products at the on-premise, like there has to be by the glass pricing, and so there's a lot of laws in that for those dual licenses. Breakthru now sometimes makes it a little hard and crosses those lines, but we're working on it.
And for this presentation or for this the competition,
you're not going to worry about any of that.
Your information, but you don't have to get into that.
Do you have?
Yes.
Are you talking?
Yeah.
Do you have any testimonials of people that have used Breakthru now?
Oh yeah. I do. I have videos of them.
We need those.
Yeah. I didn't do it, but we have a whole video of people that.
Okay. Do you have anything written down, like a little form that I can use, or can we capture stuff from?
I can capture it. I can. My Breakthru Now team up in Cicero has it, or DC, or wherever they are.
Okay. And I just wanted to.
So I'm gonna put something out there for you. I'm old. I look young, but I'm old. So I will forget that you asked me that. So please send me a note.
I have it here. And by the way, we're older, so somebody has to.
Somebody has to remind. I look young, but I'm really not.
I'll take mine.
Where's Gabby?
Where's Gabby?
Rosario, where is Rosie? So one thing that we haven't discussed yet, and we're not going to discuss today, is pricing.
That was my next question.
Okay. We're not going to tell you that until later. At this point, your objective is to understand what are the customer needs. Okay? And
Pricing.
You can help them.
Pricing of the platform?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're not discussing that. Okay. I wanted to make sure I was on point with what the pricing we were talking about.
One thing about the pricing, so as an agent, are you restricted to the pricing that's listed on the website? Like, you can't have your own deals, like, that you can work out with management?
Where can you find your own deals if you're?
Not find your own deals,
So the Wild West used to be.
So it used to be, back in the day, that
You were a
if
rep?
you work with certain customers, you had certain accounts, and there was like
For where?
pocket deals that you have. We've come to, especially coming out of COVID, like everything is very transparent now. So there's no deals out there. So what they want is if there's any deals on an online platform, they want to make sure that everyone has access to that same deal. But there was a time that I would be able to go into an on-premise account and tell them, look, if you, let's just say I become your house rum or house vodka, or you give me these cocktails on these menus, then I can give you access to better pricing on that product if you do this for me. But the time of generally, if you do this, I can do that. Does not exist.
It's gone and it's a law.
Yes.
You cannot have preferential pricing.
Right.
That's for all businesses?
Yeah, that's for the
That's-
United
yeah.
States.
That's revenue recognition and that.
Even though we do a lot of that dealing and whatnot, you know,
There's no
Service
negotiations.
businesses, because
Say that again?
with service businesses, maybe.
service is more difficult to.
Because everything's.
Right, service is more difficult.
I just learned this. Hold on.
now, But this is not a service, but
Yeah.
preferential pricing cannot happen, and even service will get taken to jail if they do that. I just want to make sure you understand that, that's a real law. I'm not kidding. Even though we may be doing side business and whatever, and we may, it's called, what's it called, do you remember?
I just learned this in class.
It's the pact, I don't know what, pact gives you, whatever, agreement, whatever it is. And it happened because people were just giving too many preferential deals. And eventually the companies lose money.
Oh, but you're referring to salespeople, but like the owner of the company can do the pricing however they like.
Nobody can give preferential treatment.
Hold on, you mean, how do I set my pricing as a company?
Because let's say, okay, well, let me give you an example. Let's say you're a small business and then, you help out, I'll use myself as an example. Let's say I have a bunch of customers and some of them are like schools, right? They don't have the funds to buy the products at that pricing, and I want to give them better pricing.
You have a policy written down that says for every school,
Yeah.
I will give them this deal.
The
But it
key-
has to be for every school.
The key is for every school. What you cannot do is, school A, you have this price.
Yeah.
B, you have this other price. school C,
In
you
our
have this
case,
other price.
It'll be for on-premise, every single restaurant in the state of Florida needs to have access to the same price.
Yeah.
You can vary volume. I mean, somebody that buys.
You can, yes, you can discount per volume.
But that is written
And
down.
it is, right, it's a policy. You can, but every on-premise account get it priced. Chain accounts, there's like, let's say ABC, Publix, Winn-Dixie. If you're offering a price to one, you have to offer the price to all, but there's different levels, right? So we have different pricing levels, and different pricing levels go by quantity, right? So there's like, it's price per volume.
Yeah, so like to her point, so if the public says, if I am in that same lane that she's saying, I can have access to that Publix deal. Now, can I buy 500 cases at a time? Or 1,000 cases, whatever that deal is? Maybe not, but if I did have the means, I would be able to have access to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And for service businesses that, let's say at one point you're very busy, and at other points you're not. So when you're very busy, you put up your prices because like I can't afford to give those little slots I have to something that's.
We can price discount, and we can flash sale, and we can reduce prices and increase prices, and the suppliers usually dictate that, right? And I mean, everybody's out to make a buck, right? So there's certain margins that we have to hit to be able to keep our lights on. The suppliers have to hit to be able to keep their lights on. The bars and restaurants have to hit to keep their lights on, right? So there's landing costs. There's the cost the cost that it costs us to buy it, plus sales tax and different taxes in there, and then whatever that is, then what's the markup to get to that price? So, but there's different levels. And you can do discounts, but when you do a discount, when you do a deal, you have to offer it to everybody.
To everybody. And this is, how many of you are in finance? Anybody in finance? Because usually what happens is that finance has to issue a pricing letter that essentially makes it available for everybody. And by the way, it's called the Clayton Antitrust Act of 1914. Prohibits price discrimination in the United States. And that's something that is not very common. You don't hear about it, especially in Latin America. We Latinos, we're always regateando. We're always offering here, but that is unlawful.
By the way, all our pricing is on Breakthru now.
Yeah, and everything's transparent. And everybody, if a sales rep walks in and says, I have a 3K deal, and you're gonna get this price, or you're gonna get this free goods, or you're gonna get this half price goods, a customer can take it then, or a customer can go on Breakthru now and see the same exact deal.
Which is another pinpoint. Instead of saying, hey, can you remind me the 3K's deal price and the 5K's deal price?
You can see it right there.
Oh, hold on, let me write it down. I can just go on the website and look at it.
Yeah.
But that's a good question. So we'll talk about pricing there. Don't worry about price at this point. Focus on understanding the product and what's the value that you're going to add to these on-premise locations.
Yeah, if you have any questions about Breakthru now that you don't want to ask any of us, I know Tyrese was up front here and talked. He's a good resource because he went through, I was his champion for his internship. So he went through his internship with us, and Breakthru now was his project. So he learned a lot about the platform.
And he will be competing as well.
Yes.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Watch out!
Just saying, so you may want to contact him. Some of you met him, right?
Yeah, he's really great.
Tyrese spoke in
I brought him to
our
talk
class.
in
Yeah.
the class in the Muslim class.
Yeah, Tyrese spoke in his class.
Yeah, he's great. So,
What do you think would be another issue? How about any issues with Spanish? When you're going to, I mean, we know we're in Miami, so you can always throw in the Spanish. On-premise, you know how you translate on-premise? On-premise.
Do we get points off for Spanish?
Spanglish?
Points what?
Not with me because I don't understand Spanish, so. So I might understand Spanglish.
Some of it. If you're speaking English, you throw in a Spanish word.
Pero like, you know.
We won't take it, well, I don't know, because I'm not judging. Remember, the judges
I'm not judging either.
are completely different. We even
I'm not-
recognize everything else, but they may have their own.
I'm a buyer, but I'm an English buyer.
I don't have any control. Me, I don't take any points over.
That's funny. Am I going over the project a little bit?
Please.
All right. So we're calling it Conversion Task Project and the objectives, right? So the reason why we're calling it Conversion Task Project is you're converting somebody that hasn't used this platform, that's kind of old school probably, or maybe not, maybe they're savvy, who knows, right? But you're trying to get them to convert to buy on using our platform. So that's what that means. The project will aim to pitch why current customers would benefit from changing to a digital platform, Breakthru Now, for ordering and beverage alcohol business management from traditional methods used today, right? So some people like going digital, other people don't. You don't have any clue who your buyer is going to be, so you have to be able to overcome those objections that they throw at you. So really verse yourself into what the platform can do for that person. What I told my interns when I was working with the interns, figure out 3 or 4 things out of the features and benefits that this platform does, and really hone in on that. like figure out what's important. Like if it's a buyer that needs time, right? What's gonna save that buyer time with this platform, right? So really hone in on, like you don't have to go through all the benefits and all the features. Really hone in on those ones that's really gonna make a difference to sell. Remember, you only have 10 minutes to sell anything, so you really have to limit it down to what's important, right? What you think's gonna catch them, right? What's gonna stop them from doing one thing and start doing something else. So you're gonna create this framework, right? You're gonna, to increase customer adoption on the digital platform. You're gonna create a preview of Breakthru Now. You're gonna, hone in on those features and benefits and really sell the platform as a tool or a benefit to the customer.
Jump really quick.
Yeah.
So when I was speaking earlier, so everything that's involved in the sales process, right? So just to kind of separate both things that we have here, what Stacey's been talking about is the actual platform. So everything that I spoke about is all the actions that you want to do on a daily basis when you go into a customer call. Everything that you want to do to be able to take you to the point of having a conversation about Breakthru Now. If you haven't gone through those 8 steps, if you haven't done the survey, if you don't know what's on the back door, if you don't know what's in the account, if you haven't asked all the questions, there's no way of selling the platform because you don't know what they're going to need it for, you don't know what they're going to want it for, you don't know why they're going to want to use it. So that's the reason why you have to go through all those steps. You have to go through all that process.
We've done the Spanish.
Cross that bridge and say, I've done all these steps, and this is the reason why I think that it's going to be good.
That's why we're long.
And that is, like Orlando said, that is going to be your job. Essentially, you're going to have a one-pager that essentially gives you some information. And in 10 minutes, you got to ask a bunch of questions to give you a good understanding of what this customer needs. So now you can position the page and why is it that you should go to Breakthru. Okay? And the first round is 10 minutes. The second round, which is where you really have to go into the presentation, is going to be 15 minutes. So you'll have a little bit more time. And then the third round is going to be 15 minutes.
Now remember, the role plays that we're presenting here are practice role plays.
Yeah.
There will be changes from the practice role play to the ones that you will receive probably 4 or 5 days before the competition. Okay? Before the competition. Okay?
Whatever you learn
Still applies.
still applies.
Yes.
Because that's exactly what happens in real life, right? You go to a customer and you don't know anything.
You have to be nimble.
So like you're fortunate you're getting a 4 to 5 days advance, where you should get a 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you have to discover, you have to find out, you have to learn about the person immediately, like right then and there. I'll give you an example. I was at an account and I was presenting Breakthru Now, but I was talking to the bartender and I knew that the bartender wasn't the person that made the decisions because we had already talked to that person but walked away. But I was watching the transactions happening between the bartender and the bar manager or the general manager, and everything this bartender did, she's like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And she would turn around, and the bar manager would say, okay, sounds great, sounds great. Now, I had already sold Breakthru Now to them, but I'm still sitting with the rep. And I'm a salesperson at heart, right? I've come from sales. I started in sales. I did 6 years of sales on and off premise before I went to business management. And so I'm watching this, and I'm like, so how do you make your feature cards? And she's like, well, I make the decisions and then I tell her what to do. I'm like, this is who we're talking to. Like I told the SDR, here's who we're talking to. So you have to, like you learn things while you're watching, right? So you're listening, you're watching, you're seeing, what's the transactions happening? And when you talk to everybody and not just one person in the account, you're learning more about that account.
Good. How's
the
everything?
family?
Good. Everyone's good. Can't complain. Everyone's good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I don't complain because I know nobody listens, right?
Yes. If you complain, who cares?
Yeah. So, what brings you up?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? I only have 15 minutes, buddy. I gotta get out of here.
Yes, let's make this really quick. So I was here to ask you a few questions. I believe I may be able to offer you a tool that can help you. So let me ask you a few questions.
Sure.
How are you currently placing your orders?
I got Miguel back there, and he's the one placing orders.
Okay.
Today he's sick,
Okay.
okay? And unfortunately, he's not around, so I cannot place any orders now, because I really don't understand the process of placing orders. He's the one that does it, right? He doesn't have to be here today, and I have a good problem, but you would have to ask him.
So if you wanted to order something from me right now, how would you know what
I have
products?
to call, oh, how do I know what products?
Yes.
I would suggest to somebody like Miguel that he goes and finds the product list and find the pricing, and then eventually talk to you, I suppose, to place the order.
Okay. Who does your accounting? How do you pay your invoices for all the different distributors?
That's Maria. She's my accounting person, and she is in the office. As you know, we have 5 premises, so she's in the office, and I can get her to you if you wanted.
She writes checks?
Yeah.
And how does she
And
know?
she writes checks and pays also with cards. And I'm trying to say we don't need that card thing.
Okay. What were to happen if you lose an invoice and Maria cannot find the invoice? How does she know what amount to write the check for?
I would have to talk to Miguel probably
Okay.
and find out what was the order placed on, and then go back in history, which we don't really have a very good record of that.
Okay.
We're really trying to focus on the bar. So, yeah, it would take some time.
Okay. Do you have a delivery window, like a certain time frame in which you receive your trucks?
Yeah, it's usually, I think it's Thursdays, and we do get another truck on Saturday.
Okay. So let's say on Wednesday it's close to cut off for the delivery window, and you haven't gotten your truck. How do you know where is there a way for you to know where the truck is for my company?
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Do you know where the truck is?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. So
Can
now.
I call you?
Yes, but what if I'm not available?
I don't know.
What if I'm in a meeting like this?
And I can imagine that you have a bunch of other customers that might be calling you at the same time, right?
Excellent.
Who checks from 9 in the morning at 9:30.
Okay.
That's a time frame that she's got to sign all checks. And when she's done, if she doesn't get that check will have to wait another day to be sent out.
And then that could cause for you to get your
payment.
invoice past due, and then you can get your license blocked.
We would like to get rid of checks.
How much does Maria get paid? An hour?
I think that she gets paid like $35 an hour.
Okay, so if you were to take, let's say, 5 hours extra a week, every week, that's about almost $200 extra every week that you have to pay
I
her.
know where you're going. Yeah. I think that there's some things around here that we can do away with
Yes.
that might not be really adding value today.
Yes, so Rafael, what if I had a product called Breakthru Now, which is a one-stop shop where you can browse my products, you can have access to live pricing, deals, age inventory that's on sale that we're trying to get rid of. You can track my truck in real time, anytime. And you can have access to all your invoices for all of your locations assigned to the same account. And you can actually even put them on auto pay, so you never have to worry ever again about losing checks or losing invoices. And if you were to lose an invoice, you would have access to these invoices on this platform, all in the same website, at no cost to you.
Well, I would say that that is not real.
What if I said it is?
Okay, then I'm interested in knowing how do I get in.
Okay, so I know you're almost out of time.
I am out of time.
Yes, so can we meet tomorrow where I can bring my laptop and I can show you how the website works, and I'll get you signed up. I'll show you how it works. I can train your staff, and we can get started right away.
Do I need Miguel and Maria here?
You don't. You could if you wanted them to learn, but you don't have to. You can.
Talking about learning, I suppose that there comes with some training. How long does it take to work? I mean, is this something that I need to
It's
be a
pretty
computer
user-friendly.
expert?
No, it's pretty user-friendly, and you can learn everything, all the features within 5 to 10 minutes.
No.
Yes, it's extremely
Do I have to
user-friendly.
use a phone?
You could use your phone, iPad, or computer.
So then it will take me more than 5 minutes, because I'm not good at this stuff.
You don't have to be good. It's pretty self-explanatory and user-friendly, and all I gotta teach you is where to find the different features, and you can go on from there.
And is there a training session, and then you're going to tell me that there is a trial period?
There's no trial period, and it has no extra cost to you. And if you were to forget something that I said or anything, there is a frequently asked questions tab on the website that has basically almost all the answers. We also have a customer service line and email that you can access at any moment, anytime.
I know I'm running out of time, but I got one more question for you.
Yes.
I'm using this Pro V platform
Yes.
right now, or somebody was using this Pro V platform to buy the product or whatever. Is this something similar to that?
Something similar, except instead of using a third-party company, you're dealing directly with the company itself, where you have access to live pricing, deals, invoices, payments, as to where Pro-V you don't have access to that.
I see. But if I wanted to buy some of the other liquids that you don't have, can I use?
With Breakthru now, you will only have access to my products.
Okay,
Product from Breakthru Beverage.
I see. So I would have to use both.
Correct.
I mean, whoever is using.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a benefit to doing this?
It will save you a lot of time. Instead of having Miguel having to call me or text me, write down the order, wait for me to punch it in manually, and having Maria follow up your different invoices, and then having to call me to track the truck, it's all going to be integrated into the same place. It's going to be your one-stop shop for all your Breakthru Beverage needs.
I see. Is there, how about payment? Can I get rid of checks?
You will absolutely get rid of checks as soon as we sign you up, and as soon as you make a payment, it'll post in real time with our system.
How do I make payments to you?
You can link up your account,
Also, not my bank.
your checking account to the
Okay.
website.
And that will not be a fee or anything like that?
No fee. Yes, and you can set up automatic payments either as soon as you get your delivery or on the due date, which is the 10th day
So I can
after the
even-
delivery.
I can even cut the check or cut the payment right there on.
Correct.
On the limit.
Yes.
Pretty good.
So that this way you'll never have any past due invoices, and you will never have your license blocked because of Maria losing the check or losing an invoice.
Yeah, so, yeah, okay. I gotta go, my friend. I'll see you later, okay? Thank you for coming. Okay, I appreciate it.
That was good.